This boy weighs 500 pounds, but his IQ is only 3. Never knowing who his dad was, sent to foster homes, but because he ate too much, he exhausted several families, so he was disliked everywhere. He could only survive by scavenging for food, sleeping on the streets at night. When the new school term started, other kids had their parents, but he walked into the classroom alone. The teacher introduced him warmly, but the other students gave him strange looks. Jack stood out among the wealthy kids. After class, everyone else went home, but he sat alone, not knowing where to go or having a home. Seeing classmates on the swings, he wanted to join, but they all moved away when they saw him. At the gym, there was a volleyball match. He could only sit far away by himself. After the event, he picked up leftover popcorn. That was his dinner. At night he slept in the school's laundry room. Until that night, his fate was about to change. A kind rich lady saw him in his thin clothes in the freezing winter. She immediately stopped her car and called out to Jack. She asked where he was going so late. He didn't dare respond. After her persistent questions, Jack finally spoke. He was homeless, wandering the streets. Seeing this shy boy, she decided to take Jack home. Arriving at her mansion, he was stunned. He'd never seen such luxury. The lady made up a bed for Jack, letting him sleep comfortably on her sofa. Jack looked around, feeling mixed emotions, but the kind lady was worried. She asked her husband if she was too impulsive, being too kind to him. What if he stole something? The next morning, she jokingly told her husband, "If you hear my scream, call the police." But when she came downstairs, she was stunned. The sofa was clean, the blanket neatly folded, but Jack was gone. Feeling guilty, she rushed out to find him. She invited Jack to spend Thanksgiving with him. He'd never seen such a feast. Everyone was grabbing food, sitting on the couch watching the game and eating. But the considerate Jack took a little vegetables, quietly eating at the table, not making a sound. Seeing this, the lady turned off the TV, made everyone sit at the table, hold hands, and pray. Her eldest daughter, seeing Jack's shyness, reached out her hand. Then they all closed their eyes, praying together. It was the first time he felt the warmth of a family. The lady wanted to buy him some winter clothes, but Jack insisted he had clothes at home, so she had to accompany him back to his old home, wanting to get out with him, but Jack stopped her. It was a poor area, not even describable as dirty and chaotic. He went to his old home, but it was sealed. His mom had moved away. Saddened, Jack sat in the corner for a long time. Back in the car, his sadness was noticed by the lady, so she took him to a nearby store to buy some clothes. Back home, the lady prepared a room for Jack, even custom made a bed. Seeing the room prepared for him, Jack excitedly said,
Never had one before.
Want a room to yourself?
A bed.
And the lady sat quietly on the sofa. Her heart couldn't calm down for a long time. The next day they went to the library. The eldest daughter picked up a familiar book. She happily said she used to love listening to her mom tell stories from it. The lady asked Jack, "Does your mom tell you stories?" Jack shook his head, saying his mom was a bad person, not to mention stories. For him, seeing his mom was an unattainable dream. The lady felt very sad, so she made a bold decision.